I would like to go straight on at this point, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to invite to formally open this program with a brief remark the Honorable Commissioner for Education and the Vice Chairman of the Special Employment Committee. Let's please pronounce good Honorable Dr. Jonathan Robinson of Bayelsa Chair.
The Governor of Bayelsa State, Honorable Seriake Dickson, the former Pepe, the Great White Shark, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Rear Admiral Borbia John Jonah, the Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Kemela Okara, the Chairman House Committee on Education, the Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, Honorable Tonye Emmanuel Isena, Right Honorable Sir, and the Chairman of the House Committee on Education, Honorable Salo Adekuma, the Chief of Staff, the Deputy Chief of Staff. Today, I want to, on behalf of the Bayelsa State Government, and of course the Minister of Education, and this special committee that was put together by His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, our leader, your leader, and our Governor, specially welcome all of you, the beneficiaries of this special employment scheme that was initiated by the Governor. If you all recall, the Governor, while interacting with members of our various universities, especially the Vice Chancellors, and the other persons that he has interacted, has always said that any time they have the need to employ faculty members, he is willing and ready to employ faculty members for the various universities that we have in Bayelsa State. And just like His Excellency has been saying, one very morning His Excellency called myself, the Secretary to the State Government, the Deputy Chief of Staff, and said he wants to employ all PhD holders from Bayelsa State. And before he will round up, he said, no, we are going to extend it also to PhD holders who are Ijaw people that are in other states in Nigeria. And he moved forward to say we are also going to employ all medical doctors that are from Bayelsa State. And he crowned it up with saying all those who are trained by the Bayelsa State government that have master's degrees will be employed by this government. And he gave the committee 2 weeks to work together and bring the details for him to see. That process started, we worked, and another committee was set up in the same committee as the technical committee. The technical committee is headed by the VC of the Niger Delta University, and all the VCs and the rectors and provosts of the other schools that were all put in that committee to work at the modality and do a spread on these persons that we are going to employ into our tertiary institutions. Today, Your Excellency, I want to thank you that that dream and that vision that you had, that you called us to bring these people together to critically look at the persons that we are going to select, has come to fruit now. And today, by the grace of God, I want to, on behalf of the Bayelsa State Government, welcome all these persons who are here. We have the PhD holders. We have a total of 102 persons that are beneficiaries of this employment. Please clap for His Excellency. For the MBBS, we have the doctors, we have 60 persons. They are all seated here. For the MSc, we have 54 persons. They are all seated here. For the master's degree, because we have MSc, MBA, and MA, they are all put together here. Then for the first class graduate that you've already given employment but you've not seen them, we have a total of 119, and they are all seated there, Your Excellency, sir. So today, I'm highly grateful to God, and I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for what you have done. It is only in Bayelsa that we have this kind of employment done in this country. It's only in Bayelsa. No other state has done it before. And just like the governor did, for those of them that are first-class graduates, we have an executive order signed by the governor that every first-class graduate has automatic employment in the government of Bayelsa State. And they are to choose where they want to go. And Your Excellency, let me announce that 80% of them have all decided to be lecturers. And they are going to our different tertiary institutions to serve as lecturers. What you have done today to build the faculty of all our universities and higher institutions has never been done before. So, Your Excellency, for want of time, I want to thank you for what you have done, and I join these ones that are the beneficiaries to pray that God will increase you, God will strengthen you, God will protect you, and I know that God has not finished with you. Thank you, you are welcome, and God bless all of us. Thank you, Excellency.
I'm able Governor of Bayelsa State, Honorable Henry Seriake Dickson, our brother Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, and our respected members of the Executive Cabinet of our great state, and the Speaker of Bayelsa State, who happens to be my very good brother and friend, and in fact, let me use this medium to officially appreciate God for you, and other members of the Executive Cabinet of Bayelsa State, and my colleagues, and then our beneficiary. Thank you very much. Sir, you gave us a mandate, and then we critically looked at the CVs that were sent to us, and then we came up with the figure that we are having. We looked at everything, and the placement was done based on the condition of service of universities. And that's why you have the ranks. There were some persons that their age, if I will call them above employable age, of 60-something years and all that. What we recommended was for them to be given contract employment. That's what we have done. And that's the short and brief story of what we have done. Thank you very much, sir.
Your Excellency, our Governor, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, please, and the Right Honorable Speaker of the Bayelsa House of Assembly. I want to stand on existing protocol because our time is fast spent, and after this program, we yet have another program. Your Excellency, you gave us an assignment a few weeks ago, and as the Vice Chairman of that committee, the Commissioner of Education, has stated, we have completed the assignment. We were ably assisted by the Vice Chancellors and heads of the institutions involved, chaired by the Vice Chancellor, Niger Delta University. And today we have the privilege and the honor to present to you 102 PhD holders for employment. Please, can you stand where you are? Those of you who are PhD holders. Your Excellency, these are the 102 persons who you have graciously granted automatic employment into our tertiary institutions to teach. We also have we also have 60 persons who are medical doctors, MBBS holders. Please, can you stand where you are? Doctors, yes. These are fully qualified medical doctors whom you have also graciously employed. Thank you. You may please sit down. And then the final category, or final two categories, are the master's degree holders. We have 54 persons who are master's degree holders who were your scholars, for whom you provided scholarship. Please, can you stand where you are? Thank you very much. Please sit down. And then the final list of persons today, you also, Your Excellency, graciously granted employment to first-class degree holders, of which we have 119 persons. Can you please stand? These are the cream of Bayelsa State's future, and in total, Your Excellency, you are by this gesture employing 336 persons who are going to be adding their human capacity and improve this state in every sense and every form. Thank you. You may please sit down. On this brief note, Your Excellency, thank you very much once again for the task you gave us, and this is the result of what we have worked on in the last couple of weeks. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
The employment document. By this singular act, all the 336 persons are now employed. Shall we please put hands together for His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State. You need to rise to give His Excellency a standing ovation. It is not easy. It is not easy. That is why we always refer to him as a good man. A good man with a mission to turn around the fortunes of Bayelsa State and indeed the Ijaw nation. Another round of applause for His Excellency the Governor. He made a promise on the 14th of February and the Ijaw nation better than he met it. And I think he's doing just that. Another round of applause for His Excellency. His Excellency the Governor of Bayelsa State, Honorable Henry Seriake Dickson, to now make his own remarks. Another round of applause for His Excellency.
The members of the House of Assembly, Secretary to Government, Chief of Staff, and the Deputy members of the State Executive Council, Special Advisors, Permanent Secretaries, Vice Chancellors, and other administrators of tertiary institutions, top officials of the government of Bayelsa State. Let me recognize all of you who are beneficiaries of this special employment exercise to our tertiary institutions. Gentlemen of the press, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to commend the chairman of this committee and the chair of the technical committee, as well as the Minister of Education, both of whom we have listened to this afternoon. And I want to commend all members of the committee that worked on it. Let me congratulate all of you, the PhD holders, the master's degree holders, and our first-class graduates. By what we have done this afternoon and what I signed a couple of minutes ago, you are all hereby employed as lecturers in the various tertiary institutions of our state. And I want to congratulate you especially. And by this, also let other hardworking people out there who intend to make a profession of lecturing in our tertiary institutions. You see, we have been in the last 7 years working very hard at great cost to lay a foundation for excellence, a foundation for the knowledge economy of the future, a foundation that by the time we leave February, and if it pleases God, and that's why we are praying as a state, if God raises another team, another leader, who will also have a team with the same focus and vision and courage to invest in the right areas. There's no doubt that our state is poised really for greatness. There's no state that can compete with us in all the states in Federal Republic of Nigeria. No. Not this state we have been building in the last 7 years. Not this state we have been building. Yes, it will take some little bit of time for these investments to mature. It takes a lot of courage and clear-headed vision and focus to identify these things. If you are thinking of the knowledge economy, where you invest is this type of thing. Building schools and building capacity in those schools. I want a situation where after my service, I would like to look back to something that pleases God
to keep all of us. I'd like to look back, like 5, 10 years, 15, 20 years, and see that in every field, Bayelsa has top qualified professors in every field. I can't wait for that day when it will be said of our state. Not that we have the highest number of militants and gun-wielding young people and highest number of cult activities and all of that type. But a day that people will be referring to our state as a state with the highest number of professors in every field. Even in Nigeria, people refer to some states like that. And what I know is that with the right leadership and vision and focus and commitment, we ourselves can achieve that. So this is the foundation we're building. This is the foundation we're building. And I don't know of any single state in the whole country that has started an exercise like this. Some are busy sponsoring fights, unnecessary fights. Some are busy spending money on political adventures. Some are doing all kinds of things. People do all kinds of things according to what they consider to be their priorities. But here, in the last 7 years, we've been building schools and building schools and building universities and yet more universities. We are giving scholarships and yet more scholarships. We are employing and still employing more. Now, see, a great warrior in England, Lord Admiral Nelson, who led the Battle of Trafalgar, I think, when they conquered, came, and when his country gathered to honor him, he looked at them and said, "Gentlemen, England expects everyone to do his duty. I have only done mine." Now, even now, when I look back at what I and my team have done in this state, sector by sector, there's no doubt that we have done our duty. No doubt that we've done our duty. But the job of consolidating it, the job of making the gains to materialize and bear fruit depends on you people. We expect you all to be professors, those of you with PhDs, 100 and something of you in one fell swoop. In the next couple of years, we expect you to be professors. This opportunity given is not the only thing we're doing. There are other steps that I'm going to announce. We're going to, for example, create a fund to take care of publications by our scholars, the government of Bayelsa State. People stagger their way sometimes into offices, came prepared with a clear idea of what has to be done in the interest of our people. So a fund will be established for all of you who have PhDs. You will be publishing and publishing and publishing, and you will produce more PhD holders for us. If you go, you will produce more. Those of you who are now employed with master's degrees, you are not to stop there. This is only your beginning. The whole idea is to keep you in an academic environment so that in the next couple of years, you all will have PhDs of your own too. And same for our first class graduates. I made it clear to you all that if with that announcement, with that executive order that I signed, by which every year we will be employing first-class graduates in this state. And you better pray that you don't have somebody who will come here as governor who doesn't believe in these things. This is now the challenge facing this state. That's why as a state we are fasting. We'll round it up today. It's not everybody who says he wants to be a governor that has a clear understanding of what has to be done in the interest of the people, not themselves, in the interest of the people. And this is what we have been demonstrating in the last 7 years. Unfortunately, our environment, you know, this kind of work we are doing is not valued. It's not valued. People will not talk about these investments we have made. That as it is in this country, you have the best infrastructure laid out for education and sustainability of the educational interventions. There's no state that can come near us. Policies and programs and legislations. None. But we are in a very peculiar environment. Very peculiar. Most times when I step out, colleagues and others even come to me and say, look, I heard of this. I want to send my people so that we can look at what you have done and then also replicate it. That's what people say about us. In healthcare, the same thing. So for you, the first-class graduates, welcome on board. Your challenge is within the next couple of years to have your master's degrees right away and proceed to have your doctorate degrees. And if this policy is followed through year after year, then after some time, Bayelsa will really be what we intend it to be, i.e. the center of learning. We have to be the center of learning. That's why we build schools. University of Africa, Bayelsa Medical University. And people don't understand why you need to have these universities. They don't understand. There are states, even in this country, that have over 10 universities. 10. Even prominent people in most of those states, they must make sure they have a university. Private university of their own. But your people, they don't understand. It's to fight and sponsor unnecessary fight, show who is stronger, who is bigger than the other, who can destroy more, who can pull down more, who can backbite and badmouth more, and spread propaganda more. But even all of that, the best way to fight and conquer that mindset, negative mindset, is by investing in education. So for me, the more we see that, the more we invest in education. I told them when we established the University of Africa, which I hear is a pain in some people's neck, but it's training children. If you don't like, okay, put it on your head. Put it on your head. You put a university on your head and just be moving with it. Look, go there and see the young children whose futures people were incubating. That's what schools do. They complain and say, for complaining, the punishment is another university. And today you have the best specialized medical university in the whole of Nigeria and in West Africa. The Bayelsa Medical University. Even the professor who went to court over UAT, the case is still there. It's not an illiterate, not a bushman who went to court, a professor from Bayelsa went to court against the government of Bayelsa for establishing a university, the University of Africa. Well, the good news is that that professor has not filed a second case when I established the Bayelsa Medical University. I don't know whether he's happy with that location because it is in Ijaw. I don't want to go into all that pettiness. But That is the challenge. And it is in spite of this that we are making the progress and the efforts we are making. So I welcome you on board. Consider yourselves pioneers in this initiative of making Bayelsa the center of learning, center of excellence, center of education. That's what we want to see a few years down the line. So I congratulate you all, and I expect that you will all get to your duty posts as soon as possible. Part of the document I was signing there contains your salaries, which I have approved, by the way. Our tertiary education system is funded by grants. So I've authorized additions to the grants. So the Vice Chancellors, don't lose any sleep. Their salaries have been added over to your monthly subventions, your monthly grants. Thank you very much. Congratulations, and God bless Bayelsa.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Honorable Governor, Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, let me adopt all existing protocol because of time. Your Excellency, on behalf of all the beneficiaries and my colleagues, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to you for this landmark, laudable, unprecedented achievement and feats you have done today. Today is a great day in the history of Bayelsa State. Your Excellency, history will smile on you when as the days and the years go by. This is a great foundation you have laid. Your Excellency, some persons I know would have wondered whether the promise you made, you are going to complete it. But again, you have shown that you are a talk-now-do governor. Your Excellency, we are excited because you have always said that you will never play politics with the governance of Bayelsa State. Your Excellency, we are happy, we are grateful to you. You are a good man, you have done very well. I would like to appreciate you and your team. We would like to appreciate you and all the heads of higher institutions of learning for what you have done today. I know that we do not have all the time. Your Excellency, we would like to assure you again and again that we will do everything, we will do our best to contribute to the development of education in Bayelsa State. My colleagues, I know that he has done very well, and I'm sure that we would like to give him 3 happy shares to demonstrate to him that you have brought our ambition to fruition today. Some of us had the ambition of lecturing. All these years we've been studying. Today, we are happy that today we have achieved it. If you don't mind, my colleagues, can we give a sound ovation to the governor of Bayelsa State by giving him 3 happy shares? Are we ready? Yeah. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, 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 hip! The last one has to be volcanic. Hip, 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 hip! Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Excellency Arif Rakumo and his colleagues have a presentation in appreciation of the good job you are doing in Bayelsa State, and of course for thinking it wise to employ them. You can imagine how long some of them have been without jobs, and you just came up with this wonderful idea, and today they are employed. They have something to show their gratitude, their appreciation. Your Excellency, this is for you from the first class graduates. Congratulations. One man shake. Clinton. Great Bayelsans in their own rights.